Ryan here from Oz Sawdust Makers, here again with another awesome Kreg project. Today we're building a dollhouse. Now this is quite literally a project that I've been putting off for years, and I think you can see why. Because this dollhouse is enormous. Why is this dollhouse so big? Okay, so these dolls are 18 inches in the old money. 450 mil. That's how tall they are. They're called our generation dolls. They're quite similar to American Girl dolls, which are very popular in the US. So whether you or your kids have American Girl dolls or our generation dolls, this house is going to suit them. I got great free plans from the Anna White website. Her plans are always really easy to follow and free. Let's get on. Oh, here it is. But our three tall pieces, which are the center and the two ends, these are 1200 by 400, and these four floor pieces are 550 by 400. So two 1200 by 1200 sheets of plywood has taken care of that with a little bit to spare. Now we need to cut the peak of the roof. So these being 400, we'll go to the center, 200, and then we'll just go 200 down on either side, which will make that nice and even. I have to drill 3 pocket holes on each side of these floor pieces, and that's how they attach. 720 Pro is ready to go. We've got our automatic clamping, so we don't have to worry about anything with the jig. All we have to do is set the stock collar on our bit. I've marked out where the windows are going, so now I'll just drill a hole in each corner, which will allow me to put the small fine-tooth blade from my jigsaw into it, and then I'll be able to cut those holes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over the floor sections with a little bit of stain to make them look like timber floors, I guess. I think it'll look like a good contrast. I do have my little helper here. Now it's time to paint the ceiling part of our floors and our tall pieces. What I'm going to do though, but we're going to whitewash it, and it'll give a really nice look to this dollhouse. If you saw my Kreg project of a reclaimed toy box storage chest, which I'll try and link here, I made it from all reclaimed materials, mainly a kitchen hutch. This is left over from that kitchen hutch. This is perfect because we need a small frame to go at the bottom just to help hold everything together. Now another thing, I've got this pallet here which is made of Meranti. I'm going to break this apart, and I think this is going to look really nice for the roof of our dollhouse. So it won't take long for me to cut this up and get everything looking Mickey Mouse. My little helper from before, she's nowhere to be seen. And I could really use an extra pair of hands right now. This is going to be a bit of bracing and some front-facing edging along the bottom. Then it's going to be some bracing up the back, and then another couple of pieces which will be quite on show along the back. All of this will help strengthen it and hold it together, but at the same time I'm using this varnished Meranti because I think the colour contrast is going to look really good. Going to use a little bit of glue, got my brad nailer and my 1" or 25mm coarse thread Kreg screws. Got dark quick. I'm fast running out of room in here. I've pushed my workbench all the way up against that side bench to give me a little bit more room. I dug around And I've got these thin strips. These are actually spotted gum. I'll clean these up and I'll make some really easy window trim that's just, it's gonna look $1,000,000. Then I had a little light bulb moment, more like a dim candle flicker. The kitchen hutch that I salvaged in the back of my mind, I think there are some decorative pieces from that I pulled off and put somewhere. So I had to dig around. I found this. And I remember keeping it thinking, surely I can do something with that. So it will go like that. And I think that'll look pretty cool. I've got a new helper with me now. We've cut our curvy, fancy piece of wood from that kitchen hutch. We won't put that on just yet. But these little strips of spotted gum that we were talking about before, made them all nice, cut all of the pieces we need, and now I'm going to get my little helper to put a coat of hard wax oil on these. As soon as that's done, we'll glue and brad nail these in place. Oh, and the back is just going to be a sheet of 3mm ply, brad nails, glue, hold it all together. I've cut some more strips of spotted gum, which will cover the front of our pitched roof section. I've got all of my cut and thicknessed Meranti. I'm going to give this a quick sand, just mainly on the edges. This timber's going to look schmicko with a coat of hard wax oil. I'm going to space these along the roof with a small gap in between each piece, which will help let light in and not make it too dark. This is really easy to build. I was going to say it's essentially a giant plywood box, but it's as big as a cupboard. And there we go. One enormous dollhouse for our generation dolls or American Girl dolls or anything that's huge. Looks good, kids are happy, it's strong, it'll last a lifetime. I'm Ryan from Oz Sawdust Makers. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon. Cheers.